Most ancient monuments were raised by stacking stone. Some were created by removing stone. Over 200,000 tons of basalt were carved by hand from a single cliff in 8th century India, and no one knows where that stone went. On 3 continents, ancient builders chose this unforgiving method, knowing one mistake could ruin generations of work. The answer lies not in lost civilizations, but in something far more extraordinary. At the heart of the Deccan Plateau, the Kailasanatha Temple stands as a single, continuous mass of stone, shaped not by stacking blocks, but by removing them. The entire structure, including columns, corridors, shrines, and sculpted animals, was carved downward from a basalt cliff, as if the mountain itself had been hollowed and transformed. Life-sized elephants carved in the round line the temple's base. Each one stands as tall as a living animal, their bodies emerging from the living rock, not pieced together but released by the chisel. Above them, a forest of pillars rises, every shaft and capital drawn from the same original mass. There are no joints, no seams, no hidden mortar lines. The roof, the walls, the plinth below, every surface remains part of a single, unbroken stone. The scale is almost beyond belief. The main sanctuary stretches over 60 meters in length and towers nearly 30 meters high. The weight of stone removed is measured in hundreds of thousands of tons, and by some calculations, more than 200,000 tons of basalt were carved away by hand. Yet the temple is not a ruin. Its surfaces are alive with detail, gods and demons, dancers and musicians, all rendered with a precision that belies the hardness of the rock. Standing among the elephants, the vastness becomes tangible. The columns dwarf the human body. The overhanging roof, carved from above, still bears faint traces of the tools that shaped it centuries ago. Every inch of space, from the highest tower to the lowest step, was once solid stone. Here, the abstract idea of monolithic carving becomes real. Every detail, every volume, is proof of an ancient vision made tangible through patience, discipline, and the relentless removal of stone. Over 200,000 tons of basalt were carved away from the living rock at Kailasanatha, yet the fate of that mountain of stone remains a puzzle. No ancient record lists where the debris was hauled, and even now the surrounding landscape offers few clear answers. Modern surveys by the Archaeological Survey of India have scanned the hillsides and valleys for spoil heaps large enough to match the scale of what was removed. The numbers are staggering. Digital models suggest that as much as 350,000 tons may have been excavated, a volume that would fill dozens of modern football stadiums. Yet no mapped quarry or dump site matches the missing mass. Some fieldwork points to low terraces and thick deposits of broken basalt northwest of the temple, layers mixed with pottery shards and ash from early settlements. These may be remnants of the ancient spoil, gradually absorbed into the soil over centuries. Others suggest that blocks were reused in nearby cave foundations or agricultural plots, their original purpose lost in the churn of history. But the truth is that no one can follow the path of every chiseled fragment. The scale of removal required not just strength, but careful planning. One misjudged cut could shatter a wall or destabilize the entire structure. The risk was constant. Each ton of stone removed was a test of patience and precision, a process that spanned decades. Many who began the work never lived to see the temple completed. The unanswered question of the vanished basalt lingers, not as a mark of failure, but as a testament to the vastness of human ambition. The temple stands as proof of what people can accomplish when discipline, vision, and generations of labor are brought together for a single purpose. Descending into the highlands of Ethiopia, the earth opens to reveal sanctuaries carved not above ground, but deep within it. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, dating to the late 12th century, invite entry through a series of vertical shafts and courtyards. Each descent brings a sense of crossing a threshold from the sunlit world into a space shaped by darkness and stone. Builders began at the surface, outlining the footprint of the church, then cut downward, layer by layer, removing stone until entire sanctuaries stood free, surrounded by trenches that serve as both moat and processional path. The depth of excavation is astonishing. Biete Medhane Alam, the largest, plunges nearly 12 meters below the ground. Standing at the edge, the church appears as a geometric void, its symmetry revealed only from above. Unlike the sprawling mass of Kailasanatha, Lalibela's approach is inward and downward, every wall and arch revealed by subtraction, not assembly. The drama of space here is vertical, a journey from light to shadow, from open sky to the hushed stillness of the carved nave. In these descending sanctuaries, the act of removing stone becomes an act of creation, shaping not just architecture, but the experience of the sacred itself. Inside the trenches of Lalibela, geometry becomes an act of faith. Each church is not only carved downward, but measured with a care that rivals the finest stonework anywhere in the world. The plan of Bete Georgis, the Church of St. George, reveals a perfect cross, its arms differing by less than 2 centimeters. This level of symmetry, achieved with nothing more than plumb lines, water-filled grooves, and the steady hand of a craftsman, speaks to a discipline that was both technical and spiritual. Every surface, from the vertical shafts to the recessed windows, aligns with a processional axis that guides worshippers from entrance to altar. The builders worked with a clear sense of the liturgical journey. The main nave points east, the altar sits in the west, and side doors open to the cardinal points, echoing the movement of the sun and the rhythm of prayer. Point cloud scans confirm that wall thicknesses remain consistent to within a centimeter, even as the church plunges more than 10 meters below the surface. For the clergy who still serve here, the precision is not just a matter of engineering, but a foundation for ritual. Each measurement, each right angle supports the choreography of the liturgy. In this space, geometry and devotion are inseparable, an enduring testament to the unity of faith and craft. Petra rises from the desert like a city revealed by light. Here, stone is not only a barrier but a stage. The Nabateans carve their monuments directly into the rose-red cliffs, shaping facades that catch and reflect the sun's arc from dawn to dusk. Every column, cornice, and shadow line was planned with the movement of daylight in mind. At sunrise, the treasury glows gold, while in the evening, the monastery's upper tiers are painted in soft violet. This was not accidental. Builders studied how sunlight would strike the rock face through the narrow sick, timing the most dramatic effects for moments of arrival and ritual. Yet it was water, not just light, that made Petra possible. Beneath the spectacle, a hidden network of channels, cisterns, and reservoirs directed every drop of rainfall into storage. Engineers carved kilometer-long conduits into the cliffs, feeding fountains and gardens in a place where a single summer storm could vanish into sand. LiDAR surveys reveal the complexity. Some cisterns held over 200,000 gallons, and the city's water system supported tens of thousands of people at its peak. Petra's grandeur was never just about carving stone. It was about mastering the elements, turning the harshest landscape into a living city. As a Jordanian curator once observed, here architecture is the choreography of sun and water. Stone carving at these sites left no room for error. Subtractive construction meant every chisel blow removed material forever, and a single miscalculation could ruin months of work. Pillars and vaults had to align within centimeters, or the structure would fail. Modern laser scans reveal walls and columns still true within 2 or 3 centimeters across 30-meter spans. Accuracy achieved with plumb lines, water channels, and carved templates, not modern tools. These templates, passed from hand to hand, preserved the measuring systems that guided each phase. The work demanded more than skill. It required knowledge passed down through generations. Apprentices learned by watching masters, absorbing the logic of sequencing and the discipline of measurement. Inscriptions and oral histories describe crews returning year after year, fathers training sons, each generation refining the craft. At Petra, guide marks and faint corrections show where novices practiced before tackling the main facade. At Lalibela, uniform wall thicknesses point to shared standards checked by teams whose names are lost, but whose precision remains. These monuments are not relics of lost worlds, but records of patience, endurance, and the relentless pursuit of perfection across generations. Today, the fate of over 200,000 tons of vanished basalt remains unsolved. Yet the true legacy endures in every carved line, a testament to human resolve, risk, and vision. These monuments stand not as riddles, but as proof. With purpose and patience, generations can create what once seemed impossible.